G'day guys, Kieran French here, back with another 4Drive episode. What an exciting week it has been for me. So if you do not see, I am in a sling. I have done my ligaments in my shoulder, my AC ligaments, which means I'm out for about 4 weeks. Pretty much dialed the car in, so which is a good thing. Last week I was putting in some gas struts for the bonnet. I'm losing my mind and just sitting at home doing nothing because I can't really move my shoulder or my arm any further above my waist at the moment, as I am in a bit of pain. I did this on Thursday, it is now the weekend. If you're wondering why I haven't posted anything, this is probably why. I did a good job, wasn't an interesting story. I just slipped and fell over and just put my full body weight into my shoulder, and that was it. If you are wondering when I'm going to post some videos or when I am going to be doing some kind of content, don't know, no idea. Until I'm fully recovered, then we'll look at doing some trips. Well, I can start planning trips, but till then, this is me. I can't really do much at the moment other than sit there, watch other people's videos and get a bit jealous. Victoria, that's where I am. I am in Victoria. We're in lockdown. We're only allowed to go within our 5k radius. Everyone else in, I guess, Australia is still able to do some type of forward driving. What better time than now, the present? Well, I can't really do anything to explain what this is. My Patrol. So I bought a 93 GQ Nissan Patrol, a TB EFI, so it is dedicated petrol now. So when I first originally bought my car, it was a dual fuel, so petrol gas, predominantly gas. It used to run really well on gas. In 2017 I rolled my Patrol, which is now the trailer, and I bought a clone, which is this one behind me. For the number plates, pretty funny story there. Before I got into forward driving, I used to have or still do have a fully bagged engineerable Hilux that lays on the ground, so it has airbag suspension front and rear. And I used to drive that around a lot, and that car was called Flick. Everyone that used to know me by my car. It was blue over white and had like a mural on the back of the tailgate that looked like a flick. If you stood on the left hand side, it sort of would move, then the right hand side it would move again, and that was my car. And then I stopped driving that and I got into motorbike riding and forward driving, and I wanted a set of number plates to go with both the Hilux and the new car, the four-wheel drive, and why not get a set of plates that said Flick U. So originally it was meant to be a combination of Flick and U, so like two combinations of both cars, but most people see the number plate as Fuck You. If you look at it properly, most of the time I always say it's Flick You. Forward driving, it's about flicking you with mud, bit of forward driving humour. So we'll probably dive into what I've done to this Patrol since I've originally owned it. I've owned it for about 1.5 years now. I put a 4-inch lift in it with drop boxes, and then from there I bought a Raptor paint before they had their colour matching Raptor paint. So I sprayed the roof of the car in the Raptor black. Originally was going to spray the bull bar, the rear bar, and obviously my rock sliders that I'm building in the Raptor, but I haven't got around to doing it just yet. As for the blue, this is where I was deciding on what colour paint I wanted. I've always had a fascination with blue, and I've always liked the colour blue, and I was originally going to paint it properly, then thought to myself, what is the point? I'm going forward driving, it's just going to get scratched and ruined with the forward driving stuff that we do. So this blue is actually a Plasti Dip. I bought 150 cans of Plasti Dip and I sprayed the car in a Plasti Dip. So everything you see that is blue can probably be peeled off, or most of it is peeling off anyway because I've had it on for a while now. The trailer is exactly the same, a Plasti Dip with a Raptor top. I am considering respraying the blue a different colour, either going with the Raptor paint, because the Raptor stuff was pretty trick actually. It worked out really well, and for the stuff that we're doing, it seems to not chip or break or scratch real hard, and it's because it has that texture on it as well. It doesn't look like it needs to be cleaned or washed every time, which is one thing. From there, I guess we'll go into the motor parts I put on, and why I got into 4-wheel driving itself. We shall go from the front of the car. So the front bull bar is a Patrol Doctor front bar, a winch comp bar with a King's Dominator, the original King's Dominator winch, which I modified to fit because I noticed they actually did not fit. From there I have the King's, I think they are the 7-inch LED spotlights. They work really well with a gay eBay wrap on the top just to make it look cool. Pretty much this is an eBay car. Other than that, I've either built it myself or we've tried to fabricate something out of nothing, really. Just getting some ideas, trying to throw them all together to try and fix whatever I can, the best I can, without spending too much money like most 4-wheel drivers try and do. They try and be the best of everyone, and I'm just here to do the best that I can with myself and the things that I can do in my backyard. The headlights are eBay. I bought them and they do change colours, but I just cannot be bothered changing colours with them. It is eBay snorkel intake bonnet scoops. I've had them for a while as well. So I grafted them onto my bonnet, so they do have the Raptor coat plus the scoops on top. They do not go through to the engine bay because I do have a petrol car. Going into the wheels, I did buy 33s. They are from Huntsman Trailers, just around the corner from my place where I live. I did get a good hookup from them. Thank you, Dan, from Huntsman Trailers, for setting me up with some Gladiator 33s. They are quite aggressive with steelies. I did originally have beadlocks on them. Absolutely hated them. I hit them so many times on rocks and I just had to keep fixing them, and they were just a pain in my ass. So on top I do have an LED light bar, the new slimline one with I'm pretty sure it's an ARB aluminium roof rack. It is super light actually. Was never going to run one. I did originally have the bull bar, the bullseye brackets for a 52-inch light bar that went across. I did snap them off, so I did have to remove them. Going into the car, just got heaps of gang switches for obviously light bars, winch, zombie lights. They are called the rear lights on the rear. I've got a cool little Stormtrooper gear shifter knob. Pretty stock inside really. Haven't really done anything much there. Same interior, same seats. So on the inside I do have a set of custom drawers that are a lot larger than your normal standard King's drawers, which are in the trailer. So they hold, one side is obviously my kitchen utensils, and then obviously the other side is just my spare parts and tools and stuff. So nothing really exciting in the back of the car. Obviously behind my seats I have a full recovery gear from King's. I am not sponsored by King's. It's just, like I said before, I'm pretty much a tight ass, and everything that I can buy that's going to be cheaper for me and it's going to help me out anyway, then all for it. Just have spare radiator coolant. Hi, Brooke. So I just got spare radiator coolant, some water. I'm pretty sure I have just random spare parts in the car. As for suspension wise, it is like an old man Emu 4-inch lift. I do have extended sway bars. They make nice squeaking noises as I go through river crossings. I do have road safe drop boxes. Sorry, couldn't get the word out, couldn't remember it. So I do have road safe adjustable panhard rods and drive steering link. Also upper control arms from PSR, I'm pretty sure they were called. Anyway, so they're the bent upper control arms. Like I said, I'm running a sub tank. Previous video, lower control arms plus 15, so they are box tubing, custom made by myself. Don't know how long they're gonna last, but it's what it is. Then we go on to the back. Some random ass bull bar. Thought it was going to be cheap and good. Well, what's the word? Cheap isn't always good. So I bought the bull bar from a place in the other side of the city. I just wanted to swing away jerry can holders because I need some more fuel as I am running petrol, and I wanted to get this rear tyre off my door. As we went through to Robe, I snapped this side off coming up a hill, and that was not eventful. Really pissed off about that. Well, like I said, cheap isn't always good. Should have bought a decent bar, fixed it up, and it's still running pretty well. This is the light bar. eBay again, made it myself. It's not hard, like a couple of wires. You can buy lights, wiring kit. If you really want to, you can buy a bracket, but I had some steel left over. I made my own bracket to go off this. Like I said, robe, I snapped this side off and it completely swung around and it was like bent out, so I had to strap it back up. I was not happy about it. From they would not reimburse me or give me any kind of refund. I literally had bar on the car for maybe a week. That is absolutely shit house. So yeah, I fixed my rear bar system. I'm not a fan of it. I do really like the dual carriers on the rear and the way the tire is. Really wish I'd bought an MCC bar. Don't have the money for one of them. Hey MCC, if you're ever watching this, maybe hit me up. We'll go dive into the engine and what happened to the engine and why I've gone petrol. So this is a petrol TB 4.2 EFI. Like I said, it was petrol gas. So I took the gas system out, and then when I came, I'm pretty sure when I came back from road, can't remember exactly when I did it, bought a petrol tank. It now has an 80 litre petrol tank with a 65 litre sub tank. Not the best, probably should have got a bigger tank, but it suits me pretty well for towing the trailer. So robe, we got maybe 4 hours into getting to halfway to robe, and I knew there was something wrong with the motor. I knew there was a good pop in the exhaust. So I did a head gasket that cooked the motor completely. I put some chemi weld in it. We were there for 3 days. The car went sweet. Didn't have too much issues with it. We just sort of like stopped every now and then. On the way home, well, that was just like it. Got to the other side of the city, coming from South Australia or from Beachport where we were staying, and the car just spilt everything everywhere. Just let all its fluids out. Just said, nah, that's it. I've had enough. I got back, and lucky enough, I had my wrecked patrol still at my friend's house. Thank you very much for Joel for leaving the car there. Along with my motor, I still had the motor still sitting there. I wrecked the cab itself, but I didn't throw out the motor. I just thought it might be a good idea just to keep it as spare parts. It was definitely a good idea. Got the motor rebuilt through Dandy Engines, which was a previous video. They did a nice polish and pour on the heads and just cleaned it back up to what it should have been when it originally was, I guess, came out to factory. So we built all the motor, got all the parts from them and some other people that helped us out. So we got all those parts, and we built the motor in-house at home. I put it all together, got it everything working pretty well, cranked it over and put the motor in over a weekend. Thank you very much for Callum for helping me out for that one, putting the motor in. Got it in the end. Apprehensive that would get it running straight away, and it's lucky enough my dad's a mechanic and helped me out, just trying to get things timing right, and we got it started. Now it is a freshly rebuilt TB42. While I was originally putting that motor in, I had my old motor out and I was mocking up a turbo system, so I do have a full turbo system ready for it, but at the moment I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I've got everything there, but just not sure if I should be putting it on just yet. So like I said, I try and do most of the things at home. So the turbo system is a nice eBay, another eBay thing, another Chinese eBay thing from eBay. Turbo manifold, all the lines. I did find out with the TBs you need to have a new ECU or a Nizztune chip or the Heltec. Lucky enough, someone from work, he had a boosted GQ, but a shorty, running 30 pounds of boost. That is absolutely crazy. Had to chat to him about it and he actually gave it to me, so what a nice bloke he is. Thank you for handing me a Nizztune chipped ECU for a GQ. So I do have them, have the piping, everything's ready, but I'm just not sure about putting it in just yet. Since I put the new motor in, the car has been running really strong. We've had a couple of tuning issues. The other thing, there's little things that need to be fixed in this car, like any forward drive really. So if you have been following along with the GQ existence_existence page, everything you see myself, I've built or done or sprayed or fixed or try to do the best that I can with the parts that I have or the items that I have. I've never gone out and sort of like asked for a handout from different companies. As for videoing, most of you, I've seen a couple of people been hating on my stuff, saying stop showing my face, which is pretty fair. Like, most people just want to see the four-wheel drive stuff, and my content or my video YouTube channel is just about myself, my existence, what I do for a living or what I do for my passion, my fun. and this is my fun, 4-wheel driving. The question I guess everyone's been asking, how I got into 4-wheel driving. Like I said, I originally used to do motorbike riding. There was a couple of boys that I made friends with. They live pretty local. We went to a place called Potts Road, which is in Langwarrin, and it was just like a massive dirt mud hole for 4-wheel drives. And I originally had a Holden Frontier, absolute piece of shit that was. We did a couple of trips to Shaney's Bridge. We stayed there, so the boys would go 4-wheel driving, I would go motorbike riding, and then we'll come back and just have a big fire. The name or word Wampa, you're probably wondering about that one. This was the original group that, when we found the name, it was just a laugh really. It's just someone has graffitied it somewhere and someone kept saying it and it just sort of stuck. Someone looked up an Urban Dictionary, I'm pretty sure it says Wampa means give it a go. So the actual name means give it a go 4-wheel driving. So there you go, that's what Wampa 4x4 Club means. It's not just some random name. It actually has a meaning behind the name. When we first originally all had the group there was about 15 of us. Then I bought my first patrol. We started to do more like day trips, weekenders, and then I got into 4-wheel driving. So I sort of stopped motorbike riding and got a bit better at 4-wheel driving and understanding what lines to take. And then I rolled my car, which sort of set me back and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. Pretty much a scare. I had my mate's partner in the car with me, and I don't know how, till this day, we both walked out of the car. We dragged the car out, the boys got a trailer, and I was so disappointed in myself, and we trailered it at home, and I was pretty much dead set on not buying a 4-wheel drive again. But as that was my everyday car, I needed a car, so I kept looking, and this one popped up, and it was from Bendigo or Ballarat, I cannot remember now. Told Dad, and Dad and I went straight out there. We got it super cheap, and there was a couple of things that needed to be done, like most GQs. And this is it today, really. It's served its purpose. I want to do more touring, but like I said, Melbourne's in lockdown, and we can't really do much at the moment. We do have another 4 to 5 weeks, I'm pretty sure, which is super boring. Now I've done my shoulder, which is even worse. Stuck at home and doing absolute jack shit. Pretty much my 4-wheel drive experience, what I've been doing, how I got into it, what the club name's about. As for the 4-wheel drive GQ existence page, just noticed a couple of videos, got some really good likes and reviews on it. My last one, I think it was when we went and helped our friend out. He had stacked his car and we got Reader Recovery out to come pull the car out, and that was pretty crazy. And that got some really good feedback and reviews on that little video that we did for him. And since then I just sort of said, oh, well, why not record what we're doing? We enjoy what we do, and I don't know how to explain it. We go out, we're just able to do whatever we want and just get away from society and just enjoy our lives, really. Because otherwise it's just super boring sitting at home watching Netflix every day. That's pretty much me. And flick you. We've got some trips planned for whenever we can. By the sound of it, our only trip by the end of the year, we're going to try and make this a family orientated trip, as most of my friends are buying houses, having kids, would be Lake Eildon. We always go there every year for New Year's. We camp in the same spot till I guess 2021, and then hopefully then we can do some more trips. Hopefully I'll have the car pretty much dialed with a turbo, engineered and everything ready for it. But till then guys, try to always remember to be safe, have some adventures, and I will see you around.